Let's today then, insha'Allah ta'ala, talk about conditions of reward. Reward, that's called thawab. And it's also called ajr. Now, this thawab and this ajr, it is linked to qabul. Qabul. Qabul means acceptance. This is an important word to understand because qabul, acceptance, does not mean sihah, validity. So it's possible that a deed is valid but not rewardable. If a deed is valid and not rewardable, that means that this deed is unaccepted. So an unaccepted deed could be valid. The meaning of being valid is that the obligation is dropped from you. You have fulfilled it. You have fulfilled the conditions and integrals and avoided the invalidates. It is valid. You will not be charged for it on resurrection day for missing it. But does not mean that you have reward. So out of these two, the validity and the acceptance, which one is most important? Obviously, the validity is most important. But the acceptance is very important because you want the reward. And you are encouraged to seek the reward. The more reward you get, then the better your outcome in the afterlife. The more the scales of good deeds will be heavy. And the better your life in paradise will be. Some of the slaves of Allah Ta'ala, this is all that concerns them. Yani, they don't care about anything on a personal level. As long as something is for the sake of Allah, is what matters to them. And that's actually a high status. That's a status of complete Iman or perfect Iman. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa ansarihi wa azwajihi wa dhurriyatihi wa sallam, he said, Man ahabba lillah wa abghada lillah wa a'ta lillah wa mana'a lillah faqad istakmala al-iman. Whoever loved for God and hated for God and gave for God and withheld for God, then his faith is complete. So for God means not for another reason. So what's another reason? Another reason like for yourself, for your own sake. That's a different reason. So now we want the acceptance. We want to do the acceptable deeds. So how do you get the reward for your prayer? Three things. Have sincerity. Also, have lawful food, clothing, and uh, lodging, or housing. And third thing, have reverence for God. Okay, all of those are very nice, important things. The sincerity, very important. What is the sincerity? It is doing the good deed for the sake of Allah only, not for the sake of the people. That's clear for you. And the opposite of that is insincerity, which is showing off, doing the good deeds for the people to notice them so that the people would be impressed with you. Insincerity. This insincerity is a creeper, sneaky. It's like he's invisible and he's ducking also so that he can get into your heart. If you don't see him, he's going to. Even if you don't think he's there, he might be there. It might even be strong in there too. This is a sickness, the insincerity. It's about you need to make sure that you take care of that. This sickness is going to result in you being a low life, actually. The sincerity will raise your rank. Doing the all your deeds for the sake of Allah Ta'ala and you in your prayer, including your prayer. Uh, what kind of sincerity might a person have? Person might have the kind of sincerity that he can say, "Yeah, I'm good at that. I can do that." Does that sound arrogant? Someone say, "I'm good at that." Potentially, yeah, maybe sounds arrogant, like he's praising himself. Is he though? Yeah, maybe he is. Actually, he is praising himself. But is it arrogance though, or he's just saying something true? And actually, his heart is so sincere; he's just saying it to you. He's saying to you just as plainly. He's saying, "Yeah, I feel like getting a cheeseburger today." Still, though, be mindful of the insincerity because it's sneaky. Don't think that it won't get into you. The last thing you lose before you become a wali is the insincerity. So that shows uh, how dangerous this sin is, how lasting it is. Okay, if you have insincerity while you're praying, you lose all of your reward. Sheikh Abdullah says in his Bughya, if you catch yourself and throw that insincerity out and fix your intention, you'll start getting reward again from there. As any deed. And the second thing is that you have lawful food, clothing, and lodging. So lawful food, no haram meat, which is najasa, and no intoxicating liquid, which is also najasa. Some people who consume najasa. Subhanallah. Nor stolen food. That's not lawful food. And we're talking about while it's in your stomach. praying while it's in your stomach. Then you have no reward for your prayer. And the clothing has to be lawful. So not like silk for a man or gold for a man, nor women's clothing, nor men's clothing for a woman. Like a woman cannot wear man's palensua, Muslim man head cap. That's haram. That's for men. Muslim man cannot dress up like a Muslim woman, cover his face. It's major sin. Both sides, major sin. There's no smell that's only for men or for women, though. You need to watch out for the clothing and also the behavior. Like it's not permissible for a man to behave like a woman, imitate a woman, or for a woman to imitate a man in behavior. So all you have to do is see some of those movies, many of them, you know what this means. That's haram to see in those movies. The cross-dressing and other things. And the lodging has to be halal. So what's the benefit of learning this knowledge? It's obvious. It's obvious. Some slave of Allah would learn this knowledge and would be in a haram situation, and then he fears Allah so that he doesn't miss his prayer, and he'll leave out of that haram place to pray somewhere where it's not a haram place, and then go back into that haram place afterwards. And here I'll take the opportunity to remind you about the hadith about a man, and really this means a type of person. This man here is a type of person. The hadith about a man who comes from a long journey and his hair is wild and he is dusty and he raises his hands and he says, "Oh Lord, oh Lord." So it means he's making dua. Prophet said, but this person, he is nourished from haram. Nourished. This doesn't mean this in his stomach at the moment. It means his flesh grew from haram. He has consumed haram such that some of the flesh that is of his body now is because of haram. Yani his hair and his nails. So he's been nourished by haram. And his food is haram and his drink is haram. So take note there that the Prophet mentioned there the nourishment, and he mentioned the food and the drink too. The nourishment signals to his being consistent. And his clothing's haram. So how would his dua be answered? Subhanallah. That hadith is not about the prayer. I just wanted to share it with you since we were there. He said, "Is it haram for me to wear my husband's tops or jeans? If that is clothing, if that's men's clothing, not neutral clothing, then it's haram." For example, what's neutral? An izar. A man can wear an izar and a woman can wear an izar. But there are shirts that are for men. There are shoes that are for men. And shirts for women and shoes for women. So it's not permissible for someone to wear the clothing that is particular for the other gender. I'm concerned about girls who play basketball because I'm afraid this is imitation of men. that is haram for them. Allah knows. But any person, Yani, who like, I always hear people who talk about female basketball. It's like they want to be like the men, want to be like the men, they want to be like the men. It really looks like that. Subhanallah. Okay. And then the third one is reverence for God. The reverence is the feeling of awe. And it is, one might say, indulging in your submission. It's not merely uh, being afraid of Allah. It is for one to generate the respect for Allah in his heart while he prays. The more you can hold that in your heart, the more reward you have for your prayer.